Okay, I think I'm going to be finished for the evening. Put in all these straps for the insulation. These were all salvaged straps from the other part of the house when I pulled it up. So put them all in. Now I have little like wires, steel wires that go in that I'll put in next for the rest of this. I just wanted to use these. So, but it's getting late. I'm going to get home. And so yeah, when I come back, it's going to be to start layering in insulation, layer of vapor barrier Protex, and then subfloor. Get excited. All right, see you in another day.
got it all.
No, I got it. I just need you to, you can come over here. You don't need to, I can pull this over. But.
So they, she said, as best I'm understanding, where do you need me on down there now?
No, not yet. Well, you can get on down there, yeah. I'm gonna lay this thing flat, kind of where it's supposed to go, so that we can kind of slide it over.
So in order not to step over these, I'm going to
go down into them. Or go over, yeah. Whatever suits you. All right, okay. I'm gonna come this way now, move this up.
Should I get on down there now?
Yeah.
Right here, you think?
Yeah, right there. Right there. Right there. You can move up to that other one here in a minute because we gotta. I wish I had that on camera.
So, well, you do, don't you?
No, the camera didn't. Well, it might angle this far over. I don't know. All right. Slowly. Slowly. Okay. All right.
I'm just going to set it down for a second.
Yep. Let's set it on down. And then I'm going to come over here.
Now, do you need me to push or do something?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So just, this is as far as you're going to be able to get is right there. So just get up there and then just help me try to slide it up there as much as possible without tearing up the edge. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Now,
There you go. Very good. Very good. Very good. I can tell that end didn't land on the beam.
here's the beam here.
Yeah, so that's fine. I'll have to cut it. Okay, so subfloor down here in the living room, and very nice it is to be able to step into the front door and not step down into a hole. Not put the subfloor down in the kitchen yet, so that's just going to wait until after plumbing gets put in, just because I want easy access for that. So now, next steps. Next steps are going to be to clean everything up. So in here, this place has just become a disaster zone. All my tools are just all over the place, just piles on the floor, everything. So I just really want to clean it all up, organize it, clean the floor up. There's a lot of mud, chunks, and different things, got like garbage just from all this time I spent working over here in the crawl space. So clear it all out, clean it up, organize it better now that I can utilize this front room for some of the stuff. And then, so I've been thinking about it, and to start off, I guess to explain, this subfloor that I put back down is the original subfloor. It was fine. Termites never really got into it. There were a few spots that were a little rough that, I didn't use those. I cut them off. And because of that, though, it didn't always go down exactly clean. Like some of the tongue and groove didn't come up clean, or so it didn't quite go back together right, or there might have been a spot where like the screw kind of blew out some of the wood when I pulled it free or something. So it's got a few lumps every now and then, especially in the grooves. So and all the way throughout here as well. So what I have decided to do is to go get some super thin plywood. I'm not gonna go to Lowe's to see if I even know what I'm talking about, but I think you can buy like 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch or something like that thick kind of plywood. And my plan is to just kind of veneer, kind of skin the subfloor with that all the way across with that new stuff, just to smooth it all out, and that way when I do put the floor down, you don't really feel that. I'm planning on using like a laminate, like a thick laminate, I hope, but I've been told that you can feel kind of all the unevenness, all the bumps on your subfloor, so you want to use like leveler or something like that before you do that. So what I'm planning on doing is kind of skinning this floor all the way across here with that, and all the way down through here. I need to do that first because after that I'm going to come through here probably with some chalk or something, and I'm going to mark out my floor plan. I'll show you guys what that looks like when I get to that stage, and I'm going to use that just to make sure I like the floor plan, and then to mark where the plumbing lines need to come up through the floor. The drains for the toilets, the hot water tank lines, the I'm missing something. What am I saying? Washer and dryer, sink lines, all that stuff. Yeah. So I need to mark where all that's coming up, and then I can hopefully get a plumber to come in, run some lines in the kitchen and then under here. And then once that is done, I will put the insulation in the subfloor down over here and call the era of dealing with the crawl space and foundation done. So that's going to be the next steps. Once I get to the plumbing stage of things, I'm going to try to get a plumber to do that. I really hate plumbing. I guess that's just something to say about that. I really just don't like doing plumbing. I feel like I can never do it quite right. So I'm going to try to hire that out. But there's some stuff that needs done, like I need a new line kind of dug in under the concrete that was poured. Same thing with the drain line. And I just kind of don't want to do that. So if I can find a plumber that do it reasonable, then I'll do that. And I also need it to pass inspection. So, they'll need to pull a permit here in this county, and then, get a plumbing inspector to come in and approve it. Because I got to have that when I show it to the home inspector at the end of this. So, so get that done. So anyway, while the plumber is doing some work, I'm probably going to shift my focus to the drainage on the outside of the house. We've got the crawl space now. We got the sump pump. You might even be able to hear it. I mean, it's been raining all day. I showed you guys earlier what was spewing outside. It's a little louder now than it was before because I got the lid off still because I was checking it out. So I was actually quite happy with how quiet it was, but with the lid off you could hear it a lot more. But it's pumping out the water just fine. So I kind of jury-rigged let me show you, a series of like my gutters and stuff that I had taken off just to channel the water away. Because what was happening is the water was spewing out the side of the house, like it should. But then it just traveled down and went into this hole. Well, the problem with this hole is it's what I dug under the concrete to, redo the incoming water line. So all the water was getting pumped out and then into the hole and then right back under the house. So it's just a big circle. So I added this to get it away from the hole to the other side of that swell, and just send the water down that way. And you'll notice that when I started this hole was completely full of water. Now it's about halfway down, so that's kind of cool. So anyway, outdoor drain lines need to be dug in so that I can have the water and the gutters and everything just all go into piping just all the way out the back to the low spot. It's in the upper part of the house here where the water travels. I'm going to catch it with some sort of French drain system, I guess, and then same thing, just have it like trenched down here into that same drainage system and just have everything get sent down there. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm hoping to get that done while it's still springtime and somewhat nice outside, because I really don't feel like doing that in the heat of summer. So that is the next steps as I see them. Once we get beyond that, we're getting to the realm of dealing with the walls, replacing studs, replacing sheathing, and then maybe looking at replacing the siding on the house. But one little step at a time. So that's how we've done this so far. So I guess for now, let's start with just cleaning everything up really good so that I can bring in my thin plywood. So let's get to it. Okay. So let's start by moving this water heater probably just over here out of the way.
Is it heavy?
No. Come over mainly to this wall here. And there's 3 feet 9 inches. Right. 9 foot 3 inches.
Okay. This way? Does it matter which way mark? Does it matter which side?
Just put 'em on.
Is that lined up okay? Nine foot three, is that too easy to mark?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Okay.
Let me make sure you measure down here on this end.
Oh, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, let me measure and check the other wall. Okay, the whole thing's supposed to be 6 foot 2 and 3/4 wide. Let's see if that turned out to be accurate or not. It's got a little up and a little wider. So like, of course, we're at 6'5" and 3/4.
When you're lining it up, does it matter if it's on the outside or inside?
Not really.
Both sides?
Yeah.
Even if that's the case, well, I guess we'll talk about this. I don't know. Chop it.
Okay guys, so my wife and I are finished chalking out the rough floor plan. So I want to take you guys on a little tour of what it's probably going to look like. There might be a few tweaks. So coming in the front door, you're walking into the living room space. Current plan is then you walk through this door into the kitchen space. That door on the back will shift over to line up with the front door, so you're just walking straight through out of the back, and then the kitchen counters and stove and fridge and everything will be here and go along here. Now this wall in between the living room and kitchen is probably going to have a cutout in it to where you can see through, so we'll have to, you know, put the beam across the top. This is the load bearing wall. Fix all that up, but then we'll have like a window cut out, and there may be bar seating on the other side or maybe on this side, something like that. The living room will be set up, well, I guess as best we can. Potentially the TV would go in this corner right here. So on the other side, you come through the door, and first up you have the door into the master bedroom, the front bedroom. And in this bedroom, we are going to be installing a second bathroom, a little ensuite. So you step in here, so you've got that marked, door swing that way. So here to your right, we've got a closet. Standard little, you know, hang your clothes, maybe a dresser inside of that closet. We've got an exposed chimney. And here we have measured out for the little ensuite bathroom. So door opens up this way, you step in, probably a sink right here. Turn over here, you've got your toilet and your walk-in shower right here. Now this room might need to be adjusted a little bit, make it a little deeper, but we think that's probably the best way for that to work. So nothing fancy, just a little ensuite for the master bedroom. And then we'll have probably the queen size bed here. You know, it's gonna be a little tight, but this is a small house, so that's just kind of what you get. And then that'll leave this wall over here for dressers, maybe a TV mounted on the wall, something like that. This window, so the new wall going in is right here, so this window will need to be shifted down a little bit to just center it up. So that window's going to move down this way. All right, so then I'll step back out. Actually, I won't, since I don't have the drywall off, but you'll step back out here. And then the door, hello. The door into the second bedroom will be right here where you see the chalk. So right here. So you step in here. Second bedroom, we've got the closet, same idea, right here. So you come right here, open it up, there's your closet along this wall. And this is pretty standard bedroom, goes straight back, window here in the back, and then the walls will kind of shoot in on either side to leave this chimney exposed. Here for maybe some sort of electric fireplace or bookshelf or something, or both, you know. Just because I want to be able to see this. I think this is cool. So yeah, second bedroom, pretty simple. Now we get to the complicated part. So you're in the kitchen. Let me go back out this way. So you walk through here, you're in the kitchen. Okay. So right here, where this panel is going to be a door into a small laundry room. So you're just going to open up the door here, and we'll have a stackable washer and dryer right there. Then you step down right here, and you're going to have an opening, not a door, just an opening, into a small hallway. You could kind of see it chalked out right here. So there's a wall here, here, and here. At the end of this hallway is a door into a bathroom, and on this wall is a door into the third bedroom. So here we are right here. Standing in the hallway from the kitchen. Step into the bathroom. Here to your left, we have a utility closet, which will probably have like a French doors on it right here. This will be where the hot water heater sits, and probably a storage place for towels. We were talking about shrinking this a little bit to give some more space over here for the toilet and the shower or whatever. So current layout as drawn out is we're going to have a shower here, and then the toilet is there, and then the sink is like here. But it might be nice instead to put just like a bathtub with shower here, just in case someone has like kids. And then maybe we put the toilet here and the sink like kind of where I'm standing. So that might be something to rethink. But that's why we do this. We chalk it all out so that we can tell. And so the last one is, okay, you come back out, boom, you step in this little hallway again, and you're going into this bedroom. So this bedroom door swings here. So it's, I don't have it shown because I didn't want to move these, but that right there is a little wall. So the closet is going to be like right here with an opening going out into the room. So it'll be right there. So you step in, turn, and now you're into bedroom number 3. Now bedroom number 3 is interesting because we have the wall right here, and then this window, and then we have this window into the back. So as far as lining up, this window is very off center now, so it's either going to need to move, or since it really doesn't look out on anything nice, maybe we just get rid of this window. I mean, this is a bigger window, and then this one on the back is a smaller window, so maybe we move this window over here and make a bigger window over here looking out into the backyard. And then without a window there, it's easy to just set your bed up, you know, or whatever. So that might be what we do there. So some thinking. We may even think about that over on the main bedroom also up here. We might, but that might be a little weird. So we'll see. But yeah, 3rd bedroom, pretty decent size again. Probably a queen bed in here, and the door right there. So tell me what you guys think. That's roughly what we've come up with. We've gone through several iterations at this point, and this was the best way we could think of to get a second bathroom in here. So any thoughts? That would be cool. And I'll probably, next steps, I need to actually get some stuff figured out as far as sizes on showers and toilets and stuff like that, because I need the plumber to put in the drainage, but I need to make sure I am completely accurate on where that hole gets cut, because I don't want to have to deal with fixing that later. So that's what I'm doing next. So cool. So I'll go get to it. See ya.